Welcome everyone back to the Kinganda channel. Back again. Yes, your favorite African podcast, the REPAT podcast here on the Kinganda channel. My name as usual is Kim the Comic, and I'm here with two very beautiful guests who are going to introduce themselves, and then we'll get right into it. Guys, please say what's up.
Ladies first.
Oh, thank you. I'm Faiza Possible, and I'm so honored to be here.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy King Overtuna. I'm happy to be back with another episode.
Yeah, man. Welcome, guys, and I hope we do have an exciting episode.
Yeah, we will, man. We got a great topic
so
today.
Today we have some interesting topic. This is something that is, well, it's very common, more common in Africa and the more underdeveloped countries, if I could say. I don't know if that's right. But want to see these people's views on polygamy. You know, my view, her view, and King Obutunda's view. We want to know what exactly, and you know the cast is diverse. There's a Ugandan, there are two Ugandans, and then there's an American. So we want to see exactly how these two cultures would react to polygamy. Yeah. And yes, let's get straight into it. So let me start with Faiza. Faiza, possible?
Yes,
anything
please.
Is possible?
Everything is possible apart from polygamy.
Apart from polygamy.
All right. So Faiza, tell me, you are being an African girl.
Yeah.
First, tell us about, before the podcast, you were telling me how you grew up in a polygamous family. First, tell us about that, and how did it make you feel as a girl, child?
Growing up in a polygamous family made me feel a bit rejected.
What?
Really?
Because I don't want to go much into it, but there was some bit of favoritism. Yeah, where my mom happens to be the first child. I'm the first wife. And so,
she's the first? Okay.
Yeah, there is a way that the latest women are favored more than the one who was married, you know.
How many wives were in the family?
7.
Oh, wow.
7 women. Wow, I need to meet this man.
Wow.
Wait, so you say your thing is neglection. So you felt like the father was neglecting you.
Yeah, and basically not perhaps in his will, but because different women come with, you know, different things that they want. And at the end of the day, they're able to take the man's attention from his kids that this woman actually got already, you know, in the family and all of that. So, yeah.
Okay. Did you guys grow up in the same household, like all 7 wives?
Yes. 3 of them. Yeah. Then the rest have been away.
Let's switch up to King Obutunda. Yeah? King Obutunda, you've had her queries about apparently neglection, and personally, as an American, what do you think about polygamy? Do you think it's something that should be practiced anywhere in the world anyway?
Well, it is something that is practiced all over the world. You know, in many different cultures all over the world practice polygamy. But there are different reasons behind it. You know, there's religious reasons, there's cultural reasons, you know. But me personally, I'm not going to say I'm against it. I look at both sides of it. Like she said, you know, there are negatives to it and there are also positives. You know, the negatives obviously are neglect. That's one.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people grow up in the same household or separate households. You know, not everyone gets the same amount of attention. But that also goes down to the structure of the household. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I look at it as I don't want to say like in a negative way. I'm not going to say polygamy is wrong, because in a polygamous household, the way I see it, you can have a lot of structure in the household, meaning that you can have multiple sources of income, multiple ways of leadership. You have if it's one strong man or multiple men with one woman or multiple women with one man, there's different types of leadership, but everybody has to have something to bring to the table. A man can't, in my opinion, a man shouldn't just have different wives just for, you know, fucking or whatever. It should, excuse my language, you guys.
It's okay.
It should also be about, you know,
what each brings to
the
table, yeah?
So in the Western view, in my view, because I've got friends back home in America who actually practice polygamy. And what they do is, you know, they have multiple sources of income, like I said. Everyone brings something to the table. It's not just about sex or sexualizing relationship. You understand? It's about structure. One person brings like household structure, you know, make sure the whole household is taken care of. There's nothing that needs to be done outside of it's like one person is basically taking care of the household, another person is working, bringing in a lot of income, another person is making sure that there's security, you understand, in the household. So there's a lot of positives to it, but there's also a lot of negatives. But it goes down to the decision making process. You know what I'm saying? Like when you guys get together, do you guys talk about this stuff? You understand? That's one thing I would always want to understand about African cultures. Like, is the man just straight up taking over the whole household and it's just one direction, one type of leadership, meaning that what that man says goes and that's the end of it. It's my way or the highway. Well, you understand?
Well, to answer that, like, do Africans actually talk about this? There's some reasons. I know a friend who ended up in a polygamous family, not because of maybe the man just wanted to have sex or what. Apparently, her mother gave birth to her and then could not give birth to more children. So the man decided to get another wife so that he could get more children. So there are some reasons that are actually, I don't know if I should say valid, but some people do talk about this. Like I don't think people just be wanting to have sex with everyone, like different women. Well, they did have sex, but the reason was to get more children. And let me go back to Pfizer.
Okay.
You say you felt neglected. Let me ask you, like, what in neglection in what way? Like, were you not being given school fees? Were you not being given food? Or it was just about, I need attention from my dad? Was it attention or something emotional? First, explain that neglect you felt.
Okay, maybe let me just broaden it a bit to like the whole region or the whole of my town or my village or my community, basically, right? So I'm speaking on behalf of 1,000 out there. First of all, we need to look at why this whole polygamy thing came about. Me, of course, polygamy is attached to marriage. I feel like marriage is not only to what a man or a woman is able to bring on the table, like he says, but it should be more of an emotional connection, attention from the family, a mother and the father coming together to bring up these kids together, yeah? So what happens is, okay, with history, it came in a way that I think the men then, if you had more children and you had more wives, you were considered to be more powerful. That's how it came about. Now, it can be favorable in his case if, like he said, people, they had to first sit down and decide, you as a woman, you've made up your mind, okay, I'm ending up in this kind of family. So you know how polygamy runs. But there is a woman out there in a patriarchal society who perhaps they don't just have a say to even decide that I'm going to end up in a polygamous family or not. You just got yourself there because the culture has already been practicing it. Yes. So what happens is, of course, we have to look at the fact that poverty is also there, as a factor. So this man is going out to get all these women, but the truth of the matter is he doesn't even have the capacity to look after all these women. He doesn't. He's not able to provide for all these, for all these women. So let me say, he has 3 women, right? There is one in this particular town, one in the other town, one in the other town. At the end of the day, he's now stuck with a decision to choose which home is going to spend more time, because he doesn't have enough resources perhaps to, give equal attention to all these women or provide for all these women. At the end of the day, he is attached to his favorite, wife, and these women, I don't know what happens, but in most cases, they get to influence the man more. So if a man was providing school fees for his children, before you know it, he's now concentrating more on the other woman. The first wife's kids, they're just left here. A mother is left to take care of the family. There is a father figure. Yes, everyone knows that, everyone sees it, but the man is not really present in the life of the family.
Are you saying that in terms of what you were going through?
To some extent. And also me, I had to really go beyond the normal, and much as my dad is polygamous, I've never viewed him in that way, because I knew if I viewed him in that way, I'm going to get frustrated, I'm going to hate him. By the end of the day, he is my father, So I've always gone out there. If he's with the other woman, I call him, I go to him, but not every child is that strong. If I
Okay,
need
yeah,
school
true.
fees, I'm able to call him and cry to him, Daddy, I need fees. And he has
you
to
have
provide.
to call him and cry.
Yes, but it's
Wow.
not the same for any other,
Other kids.
yes, out there.
Wow, that's unfortunate. So King Obutunda, you know, I'm going to keep saying this. Do you think polygamy is something that would survive in America currently?
Yeah, of course. I mean, look at it like this. Polygamy is present in many different ways, but people just don't really call it that. So let's say, for example, you have your man, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you find out that he also has another girl somewhere else, but you guys been together for a while and you even got pregnant by this guy, right? Let's just say hypothetically.
Yeah.
How would you feel about that?
I would feel bad, and in most cases, if I've not married you officially, I think I'm gonna run.
Well, okay, so what did this man provide you with a sense of security? Like, he's provided you with everything. He's giving you the same amount of love that you've always wanted, the same amount of attention that you always wanted, but you just so happen to find out that he's been giving that to someone else. Would you would still break up with this guy? You will leave him?
Well, me in a relationship, I'm not really looking at security alone. I'm not really looking at what you're able to give me, the good places you're able to take me, the house you're able to build me.
What are you
I'm
looking
I'm looking out for the attention. I'm looking out for the love,
come
the
on.
emotional connection. Yes, that is what it's supposed to be. You're not just gonna leave me in some city in a good house, with I have all the money and everything, but I don't have your attention.
The reason why I ask you that is because it happens all the time. Like, you have men out here who have their little side pieces or whatever.
But
in my opinion, that's polygamy.
should we call that polygamy?
It is,
Yes,
though.
it is.
It is
It is.
polygamy.
I thought polygamy, the wives know themselves. Like, everyone knows.
That's once you talk about it and you like make it like a thing. You understand? Some people don't make it a thing, but it's still polygamy.
So it's
it's still a guy
like-
with multiple women who's out here, doing whatever he wants to do, but they're just not living under the same roof. It's still polygamy.
It's like-
in my
So
opinion.
you're talking about things to do with like side chicks?
Yeah.
Side-
Oh.
Like when you got a side piece, you
do you
got your
agree?
main girl, and you got side pieces or whatever. That's in my opinion, that's polygamy. Once they all know about each other, then it becomes the actual.
I think
Word polygamy.
I think that's
feel
cheating.
that's cheating.
Okay, it's cheating once y'all. It's cheating until everyone acknowledges each other, and then we all talk about it. You get what I'm saying?
I feel
That's my opinion. So that's why I'm saying, bro, it happens in America. And yes, it can work,
it can work.
but it's not always a good thing. A lot of people just want, their own man. They want that monogamous relationship.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you have so many women who've gotten cheated on. Come on now. At this point, in my opinion, I'm like, look, either y'all talk about it and y'all work something out, or y'all just gonna be bitter for the rest of y'all lives, in my opinion. Because some men are just not naturally monogamous. Even you have some men who are like extremely faithful to the women. When you find a woman that's not bringing everything to the table, like I saw on Fresh and Fit the other day, these guys talking about how if a woman is not giving a man the basic things that he needs, he's gonna go out and look for it, in other women. Same thing with women. If a man is not providing that basic stuff for that woman, she's gonna go out and look at other men.
Okay.
You understand?
Let me ask Pfizer.
Yes, please.
You claim your biggest need in a relationship is attention, but let's look at it this way: there are more women than men in the world,
Okay.
and marriage rates. I'm not so sure about this, but I don't think they're that high anymore.
Okay.
But divorce is high,
Yeah.
so that means there are very many women who are left without men for marriage. Basically, I look at polygamy in an advantageous way like this. What if this man is actually, and I'm going to say something, I don't think it should be taken so bad. What if he's giving each of those women who maybe would have ended up with no man an opportunity to be married to a man?
Right.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Don't you think there are women out there who would wish to be married, but maybe because there are very few men who can actually take them on as wives, and then this guy comes and he's telling you, yo, you're gonna get married, but we're gonna be like with other two women, so like, are you cool? Don't you think that could be an opportunity for some women out there who are left single to be married?
Okay. First, it is an opportunity. That is if they want. Okay.
Exactly.
But also, I think I'm against that statistics, right? Like, they say, okay, I've seen that, I think, over time on social media that there are more men than women. Well,
No,
look.
there are more women.
More women than men.
Oh, yeah,
Women than
sorry, there are more women than men. I feel like it's not true. And okay, if perhaps if you're a believer like me, I believe God created every woman or every man with their designed partner. Okay, that's just my view. Actually, a couple of times I've also argued with my friends. I'm like, no.
So
yes, the population might be provided that, yes, that is how it is. But I don't know, something tells me out there is someone who is there's a man out there who is not counted. So in my opinion, God created every man with what? His woman.
So you don't think polygamy is helping those single women out there?
No,
so,
but
so do you feel polygamy is a sin from a religious perspective?
yeah, I think it is. I think it is.
Really?
Let's
You
I
really
think it
believe
is.
that's a sin?
I believe it's a sin,
You know,
according to
we're
me.
recording this.
Because
so.
yes, because
So you telling me that you believe that
it's
these
more
guys...
of committing adultery, something like that.
There's going to be a meme.
But
of you.
what if it's not adultery if everybody agrees on it? Is it still adultery?
Well, if everybody agrees on it, it's fine. I think if someone
But is it still a sin though?
if someone
Right?
someone prepares the mind that they're going for it, well knowing what it is exactly, then that is fine by them, right? But if my mind is not prepared, I'm not ready for that. Yeah.
Let's ask Marcus. You said your other name is Jamal, right?
My middle name, yes.
Are you Muslim?
No, but I have Muslim leaders that I look up to in America.
Okay.
Like when my mom was young, there was a lot of black empowerment movements that were going on, and a lot of the leaders were of the Islamic faith, basically. Like one of my favorite leaders that I follow to this day is Dr. Khalid Muhammad. He passed away a long time ago, but he talks about a lot of good things, and it promotes a lot of black unity, but it promotes black understanding as well. He taught me how to learn who I am as a man, as a black man, basically. So I follow Dr. Khalid Muhammad, a lot of other people as well, but a lot of people that I used to look up to are Muslim leaders. So that's where I got my middle name from, Jamal.
Okay.
So Marcus, as a man, I don't know where you are at in your life right now. Do you believe one day, sometime in the future, you would need more than one woman to get married to?
I used to feel that way, but honestly, I can't really say right now because women. I have a lot of learning to do.
They want to know.
Yeah. So I would say this: I have a lot of learning to do with when it comes to not just women but myself, because my last relationship taught me a lot about not only women, but it taught me a lot about myself. And the number one thing is, no matter what I do, I will never sacrifice my happiness for someone else again. So what I mean by that is that if I want to do something that makes me happy, I'm not going to sacrifice that in a relationship. If we can't agree on something, if we can't agree on what makes us both happy, then I feel like the relationship's not going to work.
Okay.
Too many times in my past relationships that I would do a lot of things that really didn't make me happy at all, but I knew it made my partner happy. You understand? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I sacrificed my happiness a lot.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of things that I did not do. Like, I was a really underachiever in relationships. So that's what I'm saying. Like, my last relationship taught me a lot. Now I won't do that no more. I won't be an underachiever anymore. I will do everything I want to do. I will achieve everything I want to achieve. As a partnership, basically. And if I can't find that right partner, then I'll just stay single until I do, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if it's multiple partners, then that's fine. But if it's not, then, but it's not
As long as
something.
it makes you happy.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever
Okay.
makes you happy. You know what I'm saying?
Let's try to twist this whole thing up. We're talking about a man having many women. Do you think one woman can have, what do they call that act of one woman having more than one?
Polyamory or something?
Polyamory.
Yeah.
Do you support that, you as a woman?
No,
You think you can't handle two men?
no, I can't.
But you already know there's many girls out here who do that. They got a
Yeah.
man for everything.
Yeah.
You
but
get what I'm saying? This is just the men don't know about each other.
Yeah, you guys are doing it, by the way. Like,
Y'all have a man
I check
for
your phone
everything.
right now, I'm sure they're like, there's an ice cream guy, there's a hair guy.
You
there's-
understand?
No, not me. But yeah, people do it, and they have reasons why they do it. And I think the world we are in right now, like you said, things that make him happy. So if that is gonna make you happy, you go for it. But that does not make me happy, because I think relationship or marriage or that kind of connection shouldn't be something that is just taken for granted.
Yeah, true.
So
What are the
most people
reasons?
take it for granted. That's why they land into doing those things that they do. Otherwise, I don't think if it's right.
But I have a question to ask you from a
Yeah.
man. This is something I always wanted to know. What are some of the reasons that women do that? They get men for almost everything. Like they have a man who can fix their car, a man who can give them money when they ask for it, a man who can take them out to eat when they need. You know what I'm saying? Something of that nature.
One answer? Being broke?
Okay.
I mean, that is a good point, though.
yeah.
But is there anything deeper behind that? Like, is there like any trauma or anything deeper behind that? Do you believe?
Yeah, trauma is also one of them. Let's say, okay, let me just use this example, and then I actually have to raise. I'm going to add something to his being broke as well. But to talk about trauma, if someone perhaps was raped, or they fell into this relationship and they gave it their whole, but at the end of the day, they were disappointed. So someone is going to enter into a revenge, right? I'm going to show this man, because of the sin of one man, he's now going to go ahead and punish every other man. Like now, if you are raped, when you come out of that situation, there is a way you feel like you're worthless. So you're like, after all, I've lost everything. What is there left on me? I don't have anything. So at the end of the day, you're just going to give yourself to anything that comes across, And then another, what he said about being broke, that is a very good factor. I think ladies have to be trained, from childhood to stand for themselves. You're able to provide for yourself. Say that you're not going to, be a victim of such circumstances. And also, men, it's just so hard for a man to help you without asking for anything from you. Right? So if he finds me and I'm so desperate, I really need this job. I really need this job. So instead of this man providing me this job, perhaps with something he wants from me, after me giving him whatever he wants, instead of him perhaps retaining me and, going ahead to give me the love that I need and everything, what they do is a one-time thing. Once I offer what he wanted, that's the end of it. At the end of the day, I'm depressed, I'm traumatized, I'm annoyed, so I'm able to go out there and just do anything.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you think men... Okay, the world is a value-run world.
Okay.
Like, you can't get somewhere, anywhere, without adding value to wherever you're going, right?
Okay.
So do you think some of these women who get into these situations, and I'm going to ask you as a woman, or even King Obutune, you're free to reply.
Okay.
Do you think some of these women who get into these situations, the people who look at them feel like this person cannot add as much value to whatever she wants to do? Like, let's say a woman is trying to get into like an organization.
Okay.
But this woman really doesn't have like, do you think women need to be taught that value is something you have to have in order to get into something? Because there are certain women who believe that they deserve something because they are women.
Okay, and because they're beautiful.
Yeah, that's not valuable enough for like to run a company. Or some companies run on beauty.
I understand what you're saying.
But like, do you think women should first measure into getting value? Like, understand the reason. Even in relationships, most women don't have value. They think they're just going to look good, and the man has to provide. Do you think that's what is getting them in these situations of being like, a man can't do this for you because you didn't do this? Maybe that man doesn't see any other value you have. I'm sorry to say that. Like, maybe they don't have the actual value that they would provide to be given that importance. Is that wrong to say?
Okay, are you going first?
I can. Okay, so it's not necessarily wrong, but I mean that just goes into like, nowadays, in my opinion, like, people over sexualize a lot of things, and women. Okay, sometimes you have women who will put a guy in a friend zone, right? Because they know this guy has value, but yet he's not someone that she either sees herself with, or he's not someone that just really makes her feel the way she wants to feel. So she puts him in the friend zone, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't use and abuse him. You understand?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like you have situations where women will meet guys who, these guys will look at this woman like, okay, all she has is a nice body or whatever, but behind the scenes, like, they don't communicate. There's no other type of communication. It's only a physical attraction. Right. So you won't see anything else that this chick can provide or something of that nature, because of the fact that you only see her as a sexual object. Yeah. You understand? But also that goes down to the woman. If sometimes I feel like if a woman presents herself as a sexual object, the man has no choice but to see her as that. So of course he's only going to hit it one time and then just toss to the side. You understand? Yeah. So go ahead.
Let's go back to where we started, polygamy.
Okay.
So for me, I know I haven't said my view clearly, but I believe, like you said, is it Marcus? If something makes you happy, and you believe
for
that
it.
it adds something to you, then you go for it. What I would say is people should look at the reasons why men get these 4 wives or these. Sometimes, and Marcus said a good point, this woman could be bringing you peace of mind. Then this other woman could be helping out in the finances.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then this other woman, like, I don't know, she gives you like great kids.
Yeah.
So if people are going to sit down and come up with an agreement like that, I don't think there should be any law preventing them from that, because that is a human decision. These are people above 18 years old.
Yeah.
If they have chosen to be in a relationship with 3 other women, with one man, then it's all about value, like I said. If these women add value to this man, I don't see why. And also, the other side, if a man really wants to get into polygamy, he should have value enough for all those 4 women.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I ain't mean to cut you off just now. You also, women got to be careful too. I gotta look at the men too, because sometimes men do this because they're very insecure, and women get caught into these traps of where they get into these polygamous relationships and don't realize that they're dealing with a very insecure man who doesn't really know how to take care of himself, and he needs a bunch of people around him to take care of everything around him, because he himself cannot handle that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that's another thing, like, I wanted to mention earlier, is that y'all women really got to be careful, like, when you get into these relationships. You understand?
Okay.
Because a lot of times men do this shit because they're very insecure. They can't deal with just one woman. You understand? They have to have multiple women. And it's usually a sexual thing, but it's also about control as well. Because when when a guy is feeling like really insecure, things are just out of his control. So he has to do certain things or show himself in a certain way to establish that dominance and that control. But deep down inside, he's just a little ass bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it's the truth, though.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
So yeah, basically that's it. Men out there, if you really want to be with more than one wife, first build yourself up. Like, be ready for this whole situation. You cannot bring a bunch of women to marry them and then all of a sudden they're all going through misery.
Yeah.
That becomes your fault.
Yeah.
And that's why I think some people go against polygamy, because they feel like this man is not enough to like give the women the happiness they all need.
Yeah.
So men also need to check themselves upon that. Make sure you are ready mentally, financially, physically.
Yeah.
Because even physically, man, like pleasing 4 women,
It's not easy.
it's not easy.
Nah, man.
It's not easy.
So basically, I think we've covered all the corners. I don't know if you guys have any last words.
That's basically it. I kind of mentioned that, everybody needs to take care of their securities and know what makes you happy in life. You know what I'm saying? First of all, a relationship is not supposed to make you happy. You should already be happy going into a relationship. You understand? So that's why I was saying, like, bring something to the table.
All right.
You shouldn't just, be like that, basically. Go ahead.
Faisal?
Okay. Me, totally, I'm against polygamy. Honestly, I am.
You're selfish.
No, that's not the point. I'm totally against it. But whoever wants to go for it, you have that prepared mind, I have my Muslim friends who say, yes, much as it requires them it requires the men to have the many women. These ladies always pray that you're the favorite one, because it is inevitable that the man is going to have that very one person who is going to be more favored. At the end of the day, the man is the one benefiting from this whole polygamy thing, and the women are left out.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with
Yes,
that either.
that is
Because
it.
these women, you find people who are happy. The women are happy in the polygamy. So you cannot say that. Like,
It depends on what they want in the relationship.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
what makes you happy is what makes you happy.
So if you give me the money, you give me the house, and that's what I want, then I'm fine with it. But if I want something more than that, then no.
All right. All right. I guess we have to conclude. Thank you so much for watching this particular episode. It's been a really, really enticing conversation. I hope you had fun wherever you're watching from, at home, at school, or wherever. My name is Kim the Comic. This is the Kinganda REPAT podcast. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Kinganda Nation. Guys, where can they catch you?
Fraser Possible YouTube channel on Village Content.
Okay.
Thank you.
You guys catch me on my YouTube, Instagram, man. I'm also on TikTok now, King_Obatunda. Everything else is just King Obatunda. Yeah, man. So, by the way, before I close this, I have a song coming out on my YouTube page.
Yay!
Make sure you check that out. It's called Soda.
Yeah.
So please subscribe to Kim the Comic on YouTube. We will be bringing it down. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Peace out.
Peace.
Bye.